Hello, everyone, and welcome, he, she's, theys, and of course, Keone, to the Roger Pack Show. Hey,
Thank
I
you
don't
for
want you to
the
feel left out.
thank you for the glorious intro.
You're welcome. You felt left out last time. I couldn't leave you
I
couldn't
don't
leave you
I don't
hanging.
get to dance around like a knucklehead for people to see, so I can only go on your words.
True, true, true. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Gosh, is it already? We're already halfway through November. We're like the
I
holidays are right here.
I want to know why you're breathing so hard, as if you had to run to the desk to sit at the mic. Like, what is that long, exhausting sigh that you just did?
Well, it's more like, gosh, it really is. We're halfway through November. It's like a dash to the end of the year, and now it's like it's going quicker than we need it to be. It's just like it's a run. It really is because 2 weeks from today is Thanksgiving.
Mhm. Yeah,
6 weeks is less than 6 weeks and some change is Christmas, New Year's, and then it's 2025. And I'm like, wow, where has this year gone? What?
every year is kind of like that. It's like the beginning of the year starts off really slow. You know what? I'm going to do this weird thing where I'm going to come on camera. The beginning of the weekend, the beginning of the year starts off really slow, right? And then I feel like once you get to summer, there's that summer fun and lull, and you're having so much time and it flies. And then after you get through the summer, it's like the year just jets to the end. It's like, we got to get to the end,
It's
you know?
so true because, like, after the first of the year, you have, like, the holiday blues, right?
Mhm.
From, it's okay, Christmas is over, Hanukkah, like, all of these celebrations that happen during the last 6 to 4 weeks of the year is just like, "Oh my god, there's so much food and so many gatherings," and then January 1st hits, and then, you have a day or 2 after New Year's where it's like, "Oh, you might be off work, you don't have anything to do," and then it's like, "Oh, okay, well, it's January for, like, 3 months." And you're like, "What why is January so long? Why is it dragging on? Why do I feel like I've paid bills 4 times in January?" It's because you fall into that it's so slow to start, you fall into a lull. And then, yeah, I would agree with that. Usually spring for me,
Mhm.
because that's when it starts to get warm outside and, like, you see more people outside, it daylight savings time starts to kick in, and
Mhm.
which, by the way, controversial thing. We're
Uh-oh.
not springing forward, right? This year, dude, we're only supposed to fall back for 2024 because didn't we pass like the law that said we're not observing daylight savings time anymore,
Well,
like federally?
Roger, see, you can't bring up things you didn't research. That's number one. Number two, I don't know if that's the entire country, the world, or if that's certain states. Because like Arizona has been funky with their time zones for so long, right?
Hmm. And that's what made me think of it because I was like, wait, is like it literally just made me think of that because daylight savings time is what November 2nd we fell back, did
Hmm.
fall back. So like,
Yeah,
did that ever
Bethany
happen?
says, did that ever happen? Well, it happened a couple weeks ago, and I know because I was tired as hell when I got up.
Right? It was what's funny is I stayed up late enough to where
Mhm.
I didn't realize it happened until 6:30 in the morning when it was
You
bright.
staying up late? No.
I know. Never. I
No.
never have a bedtime. Have
What?
a
You,
listen, staying up late though, I feel it the next day. I stay up past 1 in the morning,
mhm.
I am useless the next day. Don't ask me to do anything. I'll barely feed myself, much less
Sheesh.
function as a contributing member of society.
Sheesh. Well, you do have that. You are a little vampirish. I'll give you that.
If I could be anything, it would be a vampire. I think in my next Boulder's Gate run, I'm going to do the vampire
Uh huh.
and be it. I think that'll be it because I love Asterion. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, which is totally fine. But for the people who do know, Asterion is like one of my favorite Baldur's Gate characters. He is hilarious. He's a vampire. Well, half vampire. It is, uh, great. But I would totally be one. I would. I wouldn't be like a Twilight vampire, but I would
My,
be.
my favorite everything is a vampire, but you got a hot topic today.
I do. I do have a hot topic. It is side hustles. So, and what? Why? Why? Why a side hustle? Why is it that we call it a side hustle when it could be a full time thing? It could be a full time gig.
Well, if it's a full time gig, then it's not a side hustle.
Right, right. Now, what defines that though? Like a side hustle, dog
you
walking.
got to get a lot of people arrested to tell you what their side
Okay.
hustles are. Um, But for instance, I know lawyers who Uber drive. That's their side hustle. And sometimes your side hustle can be for financial reasons. Sometimes your side hustle can be because you like it. Now, there are some people who make really good money, like the one guy I was mentioning. I know a lawyer who's a bartender. And what he does is, he makes a lot of money being a lawyer, whatever. All the money he makes from bartending goes into a compound interest account. Like he doesn't even see it. All of his tips, all of his money that he makes goes in there, but he has a job where he makes enough money to be able to do that. Some people with side hustles, um, they don't make enough money. Now we gotta differentiate between side hustles and you having a full time and a part time job. That's different.
Very different because having a part time job is not necessarily a side hustle, so to speak. If we want to get like technical, like to my mind, like the number one side hustle that I could find like
Mhm.
common among everybody was Uber.
Mhm.
It was Ubering. Everyone was like some type of, taxi, Lyft, Uber. There's another one out there. I don't know. I can't remember what
What
it is.
plug?
I get left on the street. The Spirit Airlines of the taxi services of the world.
The big plug is side hustle. No, but you mentioned like what's like a younger person's side hustle, like a teenager. I don't know if it's as much now, but when I was a teenager, babysitting other people's kids was a side hustle. You know.
Dog walking is like super popular because people
Mhm.
love dogs. Now, I personally I have friends who I trust to walk my dog and stuff like that,
Mhm.
like take care of my dog. I don't
Mhm.
know that I could hire a random person because it's different than going through like apps like Rover, for example, to like find someone they've hired and vetted to be your dog walker or to walk the dog. Now, what I did for a little bit back earlier in the year was I actually
Oh,
did
hold on. I
Instacart.
get scared when you start talking about what side hustles you did. I get scared. We're on Instagram too. Let's keep it PG-13.
At the very least. I used to do Instacart, and I thoroughly enjoyed grocery shopping for other people. It was so much fun, and I'm very like methodical, so I'm not just gonna pick up the first like bunch of like produce I find, or like I'm not gonna grab the very first thing and be like, "That's it." It's you got to have some finesse with it. You got to pretend that you're shopping for yourself, right? Because you want this way a side hustle works is that you get people to keep doing it for you. You keep making money at it. So you wanna make sure you're good at it, and I think the Instacart grocery shopping thing was, like, spot on because you get an order, you go pick it out, you get what you would get for yourself because you wouldn't want someone to give you don't want someone to give you some bad groceries because I've definitely been on the receiving end of that. I definitely don't feel like grocery shopping for myself all the time. So, a little Instacart, a little Uber Eats delivery, and it's like, okay, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be great. And 7 out of 10 was perfect. The other 3 times, they like get you some bananas and it's like they're all bruised on the bottom, or they pick you up like a bunch of cilantro and it's like, what did you like step on it before you put it in the bag? It's like, did you look at it? And, controversial opinion, people cilantro soap, I understand because I used to not eat cilantro because it used to taste like soap to me. And then I just all of a sudden was able to eat salsa with cilantro, and it doesn't taste like soap anymore. So I'm like, hey, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Another side hustle, though, that I always find very interesting is graphic design and artistry. Like, not just graphic design for like logos for small businesses and things like that, but you know, people freelancing art, like drawing anime characters and like selling landscapes. There's one dude I follow. His studio name is the Painted Dragon, and he just does a bunch of different landscapes and like drawings of like Lord of the Ring scenes and Dark Souls for our gamers out there. That I love my Dark Souls series. It infuriates me so bad, but it's also so satisfying when you accomplish anything in it. So like your side hustle has to be something that is not a quote part-time job, because I guess with the Instacart thing, it kind of goes back to you could go be, you're still vetted by someone, you're in a bartender, like you still I didn't get a W-2, I got a 1099, so I wasn't technically an employee. So those are things to think about. And I think some other side hustles that you come off of these things is like, for example, when you're talking about being a graphic designer, you can really market yourself to be more than just like a logo maker. Make a suite of things that you could give to a business and be like, you can use this on your social media, you can use this on your uh documents that you send out. You can use this when you promote anything on your LinkedIn. You can use this as like backgrounds and stuff for your slides when you present things to the public. Now, yes, Team Cilantro. Team Cilantro. There we go. But I firmly believe that the reason that a side hustle exists is because of this mentality that we have of, I would say, some have the get rich quick type of deal, right? Where it's like I want to make coins really, really, really fast. And then some, like Yoni was mentioning earlier, lawyer who's like, I don't touch it, I don't see it. These funds just go away somewhere. So it's like a my safety net, my blanket, and can just sit there and build. Now, I'm on that 50-50, right? Like I'm like, okay, well, what can I do immediately to like improve that quality of life, right? Like what can I do to help make my day-to-day things better? And we can all say what we want to say about money. Money does not buy happiness. Money makes being happy easier. Okay? That is those controversial. Okay, I know.
No,
I know.
no, it's not that it's controversial. I didn't know where you want to go because every time I hear someone says, like money doesn't buy happiness, which is true, I'm like, but every time I get some more money, I sure is happy. It just depends on what you're doing with it,
Ex-
right?
exactly. Because it
Tosh, I
makes
think
being
Tosh said it. I've never seen someone unhappy on a wave runner.
you know, have you ever seen someone unhappy unless they're losing the game playing their PS5?
Yeah,
Probably not.
you gotta. You know what the problem is with making money? You have to. Sometimes it's a relationship thing, and on Club Shay Carlos said it best, and some people I've heard it before. Stop dating people who what you make is not enough.
Write that down.
So if
That's
you're,
a t-shirt.
but as guys, we always try to outkick our coverage, right? But if you make $4,000 a month, you don't need to be with the lady who requires you to make $6,000 a month. And so he said, stop dating people who don't like you because if everything comes with a price tag, you don't like me.
Right. And if you're just here for the price tag, it's not like this is a because in my mind, the side hustle connects like when you're in a relationship, you know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I see it. I see it.
I have to give the round of applause for Sue Martinez for selling feet pics is supposed to be
Oh,
lucrative.
so so great. Uh,
And
There's a
she is
market
so
for it.
right, right? There's a
There
market
is a
for it. You know what? Because of Sue, how about I do this? How about I do this? I'm gonna give out some free memberships for people. So I'm gonna give out one right now. Let's see if Sue gets it. But go ahead, keep on talking.
I find that like if someone that you're with feels the need that you don't make enough money, and it's like you have two options, right? You can make more money, or you can find somebody who is like, you may not make a lot of money now, and that's not why I want you to be here. But what I want to do is help us get to that point. And it's like, in my mind, a side hustle is directly connected to that. Because if you're with someone and you both understand the hustle and you both have these goals to do these things, you're both willing to put in the effort for these side hustles. You both are willing to be able to go out there and be like, let's get this done. Like, let's not even think about why you don't make enough money or how we don't do this because it shouldn't be like that. I don't want to be a sugar daddy. That's not what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to care for someone in that example unless I am balling, unless I've got stacks and bags galore. I don't wanna do that. I wanna work towards a goal with someone to build these kind of funds. That way we can both just kinda, like, kick back and be lucrative with our funds that we have set up in these things that constantly make us a residual income. Because that's honestly the best side hustle in my opinion. You make a design that someone's gonna keep buying, people are gonna buy over and over again to put on a T-shirt. And which is it baffles me graphic design is not higher up on the list of side hustles when I was doing the research for this. It was still like number 3, number 4. But I'm like, you could make one design, a great design, sell the rights to it or sell the not the rights itself, but the print release to have them printed on a t-shirt, printed on a coffee cup or something like that. So that way you are constantly making money off of that product. And businesses, a logo that can be stamped in and stamped out with different names, colors, a little flair here, a little zhuzh there, and keep selling it. Now, my favorite side hustle is what I'm doing right now. Digital content, because that is by far when research the easiest side hustle to start. And I mean, we've seen success of people from who is she was early days of Vine. I can't remember her name.
She
She's at
got
Abbott Elementary.
money.
She got money. Abbott Elementary. What is her name? I can't remember her name to save my life right now. But
Cannot
you'll see
believe
it.
I'm not even going to tell you.
I gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
It
But like,
has Quinta in it.
oh, mm, I could
Wow,
see her.
I'm
I
so
know.
disappointed in you.
I know. You just want to cut the show now. But that is a prime example of someone who like is she's not only great at being a creative, but she's also great at being an actress. Like her impersonations are spot on. And it just goes to show that a side hustle doesn't have to be something like a product, so to speak. It can be a talent that you have. It can be a skill that you have. For example, another skill would be like business consults. You're not making graphics or anything. You're sitting down with people who are starting their own small businesses and don't really understand business, like an order of operations or a sequence of events that have to take place to make a business successful. Congratulations to Melissa May for getting a membership from Keone. Whoop whoop. Shout out to Melissa. And ooh, Cassitus? Say that for me. Is that right?
Casitas.
Casitas crawlers. Yes. Those are so much fun.
Now
Talk
those
about
are random, so nobody think I'm picking people and leaving you out. It goes by who's watching when we selected, and it's random.
you've been singled out. No, JK, JK. But I firmly believe that, when it comes to like the world of side hustles, we do it because there's a supplemented income that needs to be there. There is a need for to do more than our regular 9 to 5 job. And some people who do have side hustles don't have that regular 9 to 5, right? They could
Mhm.
11 to 8. They could work third shift and work from like 7 to 5 and
Well,
the 7 to
you're
5.
leaving out the fun ones. We got one fun one. I said one, but I said it in code. Everybody knows what plug is. I love the selling feet pics. I would like for you guys to say what's a side hustle that you wouldn't do if you're
Ooh,
watching. What is a side hustle that you wouldn't do? You may
that's
not do it, but you appreciate others who do it.
a side hustle that I don't think that I could do is really going back to Uber driving. I couldn't. People in my car that I don't know that drinking.
Oh yeah,
That's
especially if
so
you're doing
bad.
those night ones. Um, OnlyFans?
Yeah. I don't. I,
No, I'm not saying that's not. I'm saying I wouldn't do OnlyFans. But you know what? Everybody who's on OnlyFans isn't doing sexual
risque
things.
stuff.
There are people on
Yes.
OnlyFans. Like I saw one lady that all she does is make sounds, and people are watching. Bethany says, "Oh boy," because she didn't know it was coming up. Sue says she
Personal
personal training. Personal training. So Sue is not going to personal train anybody out there. I'm wondering if she's saying she wouldn't. Are you Sue? Are you saying you wouldn't side hustle as a personal training, or um,
I would bet that is correct. I would bet that is correct. I would also however, Sue, I know Sue, so I can say this. Sue
uh,
loves Disney World. So Sue may not be a personal trainer, but Sue would definitely be a chaperone to walk somebody around Disney World to show them all the sights. A little a personal guide for Disney World. Now, I don't know Disney World's rules because they got some wild rules, so you probably can't just have
are
someone
they are
run.
they really wild?
You have to, like, pick places for, like, to like, you have to tell Disney you're gonna propose to somebody because they have to tell you where you're gonna do it.
I didn't know that. Are you serious?
Mhm, and that is just, like, one of the many, 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 many things that Disney does. Like, it's wild. Like,
Sue,
they're,
Sue says, wait, hold on a second. Sue says, hell no. They would take one look at me and be like, this ain't gonna work. And then Bethany says she could not be a babysitter. So Bethany says her tolerance, your kids are probably gonna get smacked if they've never been smacked before. But that is
But
crazy. So would I get in trouble if I was just in Disney World and just randomly turned and got down to a knee and proposed to somebody? That would get you in
they
trouble?
would stop you, and you would probably get fined and possibly told not to come back for a little bit. Because you can only do it at certain times at certain places, and they have to tell you when and where. And Sue's probably gonna get in the comments and confirm the other things they're doing because she said
Wait a
Disney, yeah,
minute,
she
but
just went to
so
Disney Adult.
so if I'm surprised, well, both parties don't have to know this, right? Of course.
Correct. That's the T. Both parties don't have to know this.
I didn't know that because I've seen people do it before. I didn't know there were designated spots. So, like, I got to
Mm,
do it next to freaking. If you make me do it next to teacups, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm just saying.
and it's wild because I'm pretty sure, like, if you want to do like in front of the castle, I'm pretty sure that costs you money to do, like, those types of, like, backgrounds and stuff like that. Yeah, Sue, there's a video of someone almost getting
Wait,
clotheslined from proposing unapproved. Like, they'll
are you?
literally
Oh, I'm looking for it. While you're on screen by yourself, now I gotta look it up. I'm on a mission.
Yeah, yes. Oh, Sue, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is great. He's gonna be sidetracked now. This is gonna be so great. But I firmly believe, like, I couldn't babysit either because kids nowadays I was a bad kid. I was a good kid, but I was a bad kid, right? Because I could get away with things, but everyone thought I was, like, the perfect little angel, right? But I wasn't mean. There's a difference between being a bad kid and being a mean kid. Kids nowadays do not care. They do not care. So I couldn't be a babysitter either. Like, I could no, no. Like, I have my godchildren, and I love them dearly, and their mother is watching, and so, like, she knows that I love them dearly, but they also know that, like, them kids act up and be like, "You're going back to your mama's." Like, I don't have time for you. Exactly, Bethany. I'd be mean. I'd be mean right back. I'm petty. I'm petty, which is why side hustles work out great, right? Because you don't have to answer to anybody. It's like you either like what I'm doing or you don't like what I'm doing. Do it. Another one I found that is very popular, especially in the industry I come from is photography is a side hustle. And not just going outside and, like, taking landscape pictures of, like, sunsets and things like that. I love you too, Sue. Not taking, like, pictures of
I think she
sunsets.
was talking to me.
Oh. Oh, excuse me. You can keep that.
So I missed
Um,
what Bethany was asking. Does it cost money? What was she asking? Because I
does
found
it
I
cost
found the
money
video.
for the engagement? Like, to get engaged at Disney, does it cost money?
Okay,
Like, do you have to
so
spend that?
I didn't find the clothesline video, but I found something that I think is just going to be just as bad. But you go ahead, you keep going because I'm going down the rabbit hole.
And you're like, "No." You're like, "Huh, which video is gonna be the
I'm
greatest
like,
one for
crap! I
child
forgot Roger
engagement?"
has an actual show coming on, and I'm over here going down the rabbit hole and people getting clotheslined at Disney
That's
World
why
for
it's a
proposing.
talk show. Like, we could go off the rabbit hole a few times. It's okay. It all comes back to the center, it all comes back to the center. But, like, photography really is, and going back to Disney, photography is a huge, like, thing, like, part-time wedding photographers.
All
I
right.
cannot tell
Here's
you
the
how
segue. I'm sorry to interrupt you again, but here's the segue because you said wedding. So I hope Sue and Bethany, are you watching? Are you there? Okay, here we go.
Yes, that's great, but over here she's gonna be even better.
How are you telling me where my perfect moment is going to be?
After I've paid money to get into your park,
Wow, I
immediately
did
know.
not
And
know that
where
you
did he come from? He just swooped in. This is like SWAT. He's just, like, there. And
because you know what? There was a Disney employee down there already. Let's see where where did he come from?
exactly. Did he just, like, hop up there? Like, I feel like he just jumped up
Yeah,
because
he's
that's a
up.
raised platform. 'Cause there's stairs there. You gotta go up to get to it.
Look, there's a Disney employee down there already. You know what? That guy wasn't on
Yes, that's
camera
great, but
either.
over here she's gonna be even better.
I think he was about to run up. I think he was about to run up, but the other guy beat him. Jeez, that guy needs to be security when people run on a football field.
Okay? Like, when they do their streaking, okay? Like, it's like,
Like,
"You
oh
stop
my
them."
God.
My thing of it is like Sue just said, he literally took the ring out of his hand. I
That guy thought he was Walt Disney or Roy.
or Roy, or Roy, Roy Anderson.
Took the ring right out of his hand. I am dead.
I just
That is
and
crazy.
like it's wild because again, we paid to get into your park for
Yeah,
this moment.
yeah.
I That's the thing that baffles me the most about that. I'm like, okay. And going back, there's a photographer there. I don't know who that person was recording. I assume it's a relative because that's why we'd have the information. I don't think random people would just record someone, you know, getting engaged at Disney. If you do, that's cool, but whatever. But like photography, wedding photographers are just as side hustles are like going up and up. I cannot tell you on my Facebook page the amount of people I have seen doing weddings, engagements, newborn sessions. I know Bethany is a part-time photographer. She does it, a little on the side hustle. We have our friend Caitlin that does it. I have no business spending the money I do there, but that mouse cures my seasonal depression.
Why
Ah,
don't you be in Hogwarts more?
okay, okay. Speaking of Hogwarts, a little witch's cap is over there. I saw it move in the background just now. I was like, "What is that?" But it's one of those things where it's like you you want to spend money there, right? And you want the Disney experience, but I I couldn't do that. I would be like, you're not gonna tell me where to have my perfect moment." But again, I guess if you plan it and you really want it that bad, you'll oblige by the rules because it's very clear
Yeah,
that if
but
you don't
it's a
follow
rule
the
that I
rules.
don't think everybody knows, and it could be on the ticket, or something. Because we always have these things, and they're like, "Well, you signed up that you knew this when you
The
signed
fine
your
print.
ticket or something." But I don't think. I mean, I didn't know it. Did you guys? Bethany, did you know? I know Sue knew it, right? But Timothy, did you
I'm
know that? I didn't
I'm
know
pretty
that.
sure it was Sue who told me, actually. I'm pretty sure it was Sue who told me the last time we went out to lunch.
Uh huh.
Was,
Oh, you went to lunch with Sue. That's awesome. I've never gone to lunch, but that's okay.
well, you could. You could.
Here,
Ah! But, okay, back to
I
the
don't
side hustles.
like you so much.
Photography.
Wait, here's another one for you, Roger. Here we
Oh
go.
god.
The gentleman. He's gonna propose to her. Are you ready to propose? Yes! 1,000 times yes! Wait,
What the hell's going on?
Goofy's here! Goofy!
Flabbergasted.
Nikki, I'm sorry.
It's a no for me, dog. It is a no for me.
Yeah, the one I tried to find the one, but the guy that got clothesline that she was saying, it was like kind of cut off, so I didn't get to see it. But Mickey's kind of gangster. People don't know that. You don't mess with Mickey Mouse. Mickey will have you taken like in old school Vegas. He will have you taken to the back and have your legs broken.
No kidding.
Okay.
Like, you want some new shoes, he'll give you a cement block, okay?
There's old reference to that. But anyway, I don't want to spend the whole day on Disney, but that just stunned me that you you can't wow, you can't propose there unless you're told and you're given very he said this is a great spot, which he was right. That was a great spot. It'll be even better here. No, it won't.
The audacity. And he was so dude, he was so convinced. He believed it. He believed that that was gonna be a better spot for their perfect day.
Yeah,
Okay.
look, Sue, yes, this took a turn. It happens on this show. We were supposed to talk about social media and we started talking about Pokemon forever.
Mhm.
So it just
Mhm.
happens sometimes. And what do you do?
What do you do? I mean, that's why people are here because they just love to hear us talk. Well, me talk. I don't know about you, but me talk.
You know what? I'm gonna, you just keep going.
Ah! Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Bethany. Lunch is exclusive. Yes, lunch is exclusive. I don't know if they can all sit with us. It's fine. It's fine. But back to the side hustles. There's a couple more things about side hustles, though. Side hustles can be full time, full time, full time. And you don't even have to be working full time for it to do that. In fact, there's been quite a bit of success of people turning these side hustles, aka digital content creators, into a career. I wouldn't even say full time. I say full time gig, like in the perimeters of like 9 to 5 or like a Monday through Friday or a 40-hour work week, a career of actually making something for themselves. And most people I want to believe go into this digital content creation universe wanting to be a podcaster. Hi, hello, that's me. And wanting to be like a social media, not presence, because influence is not the word I would say. I would more so say, I don't know, a jester, so to speak, make people laugh, give them some jokes, bring a little light to the day, right? Because I'm a firm believer in that if you're gonna do something, you need to do it with a purpose. And so making a career out of, going from making Vine videos for, the throwback there, TikToks would be nowadays. For example, when I was doing my research, I found out that there's this protein powder called Seek, SEEQ, and it is I want to be skinny as my side hustle.
You gotta also remember, Roger. You gotta remember, like we use Quinta for example. But these
Mhm.
people that are doing, like, I like when somebody says, well, the social media influencer, they made it into movies or TV, the outliers, but they're not realizing that these people are also doing the other work behind the scene. Like they're getting trained as actors, like they're
They're going
getting
on
their
doing
social media, their
auditions.
marketing. So they're doing all that stuff. So they didn't just fall out of the sky once they went viral on social media, because there's many people who went viral with social media and you don't see them in a movie or on a TV show, right?
Mhm. Mhm, and it's like it's a multifaceted thing because you have to put in the work to be you have to become a personal trainer.
Bethany, if you don't tune in to every show, this show is not going to be the same.
Fun
I
fact,
heard,
Bethany was my first podcast guest.
and Sue is giving me life here. I can't. And then Bethany says she needs to be a personal trainer. Why don't we just have the fucking Sue and Bethany show? Because that's what's
They're
happening
so
right.
great. They're so great. That would make a great show. They've never It's funny because I know them both outside of here. Like, I've had lunch. Bethany was
Don't
my
tell me
first
they've never
podcast
met.
guest. They've never met. They've never met.
Well, I'm making it happen.
They've
I'm
never
making it
met.
happen. I'm
So
just not making it happen at Disneyland.
not there's probably a rule against that. No rendezvous here, okay?
Oh my God.
You
Yeah.
can't have a conference.
She wants to be
Oh,
skinny as my side hustle. I want to be rich. Some people say I want to be rich as my side hustle. Hey, look, but we have those two areas of side hustles, right? That we were talking about earlier. We have the fun side hustles that add to your value and what you're doing. And then we have those side hustles that you have to do it because, hey, you have no other alternative. You don't have time to work on another part-time job or two jobs, but you need to do something that you can do every now and then. I mean, we go back to being teenagers. We talk about babysitting. I don't know how many teenagers do it now, but of course, when I was a teenager, cutting people's grass. I wasn't in lawn maintenance. That wasn't my profession, but hey,
that's
weekend
right.
comes up, get a lot of yards to cut. You know,
And it's for me, I think there can be a happy median if it's possible. There can be a happy place between having to have a side hustle because you need to supplement your income and still being able to do something that still brings you joy, right? I think
Mhm.
there's a way to balance that if the situation sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And that's the name of the game. You do what you gotta do until you can do what you want to do. I used to cut grass all the time because where I'm from, we lived on 5.5 acres of land. So
Oh God, here we go.
the
All right,
story about old boondocks, you thought I was
here we go.
a
Five
hick
acres of
drinking
land.
out of a mason jar.
I mean, I thought you drank moonshine out of a mason jar. I did. I did say you were a hick. Those words never came out of my mouth. Uh, I did think you lived in a double wide growing up. I did
I
think.
did.
I
I
know
did.
you. Like I said, listen, you're just happy to be born at the time you were. Because if you were born a decade earlier, you'd probably have a mullet.
Man, I ugh, mullets.
Bethany, she
Okay.
says everything out of mason jar. So when you grow up with not a lot of money, like a lot of us did, you didn't have those dishes that all looked alike. You had- when you go to get a cup or a glass out of the cabinet, they were all different. You had mason jars,
Exactly.
old jam jars, jelly jars. You had
Not a single one had a partner. They were all different cups of all different sizes. Some were plastic, some were glass. They none of them. I think I hear dueling banjos in the background.
yes,
Listen,
yes, Bethany. Roger would I think Roger might be Joe Dirt's son.
I'm not here for this abuse, okay? I did not sign up for this. Where can I file a complaint? Is there human resources?
Bethany and Sue, here's our side hustle. We need to do a DNA check on on Roger to see if he's Joe Dirt's son.
Not Roger
Roger
Dirt.
Dirt. I love it.
It's better than Roger Rabbit, I guess. Like that's usually what I
Uh,
get calls, Roger Rabbit, and I'm
oh
like,
my God. I'm your
no,
sister.
not.
I'm your sister. I'm, Oh God, side
Not
hustles. All right.
Juanita Dirt. Not Juanita Dirt.
Juanita Dirt. Okay, he's got a mixed family. I see. All
What
right.
a half it was. But back to the lot, the mowing the grass. Yeah, that was one I did all the time because I was used to doing it anyways. We lived around a lot of elderly folk that their kids didn't want to come and help them take care of stuff. So like I helped out and like they would pay me and stuff. But I could not do the baby. I just can't do the babysitting. I could not be responsible for somebody else's kids. I did do a lot of car washing as well
Push
when
or
I was
riding mower?
both. I had to show I was responsible enough to cut the grass the right way with a push mower,
Mhm.
and then I could use the riding mower.
I didn't like that. The only time I got to use the riding mower is when I did it with my grandfather, because of course he's the one that owns the riding mower. And I used to hate if the yard was so big and I had to do push mower, because eventually doing this in August in Miami, you could see where I got hot and tired because three-fourths of the yards, the lines were crisp. And then you could tell when I was getting dehydrated.
Because the line's got a little cattywampus after that. Yep, yep, yep.
Oh,
And
here's something that does not look fun at all: shoveling
shoveling
snow
snow.
growing up. So when you're a teenager in the north, you could shovel people's driveways and stuff. It looks fun, but that's tiring really
I
quick.
saw a man, he invented a flamethrower up north, and instead of shoveling the snow, he just
Oh, so now his driveway's ice. That's a safety
Yeah,
hazard.
I was about to say,
Um,
I see where you were going. Did you actually execute it properly? Not sure about that, but I did see where you were going.
that's
I
shoveling snow is a young man's job, because I would not be, you know, north of 40 shoveling snow. That's a throw my back out movement there.
No, I mean, we had, like, a lot of, like, side projects, I would say, growing up, because like, my grandparents had a lot of land, so we had tractors and stuff. There was constant we had to put plumbing in and things like that. So I'm a firm believer in there is some side hustles that just aren't they're like I wouldn't say handyman, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like they're handyman things that like they just need you just need manpower to do it. Like you just need to do it. Like you gotta dig out.
You know what that clap means? Somebody gave us another golden comment. See, in New
Yay!
York, the flamethrower was to claim your parking spot.
I just I know you're probably not gonna get this reference, but for those of us that play video games, I just picture the guy from Doom carrying a flamethrower around, just
Wait a minute.
roasting things.
You know who's not going to get that reference?
You.
Why would I not get the reference of what happened in Doom?
I don't know. You just played your first Pokemon games not too long ago.
I understand, but Doom was popularized when I was a teenager, fool.
That's true. That's true. I mean, I it's just now gotten popular again with me, so to speak, because of like the newer ones. I
So
never.
you're projecting.
Yeah, yeah. You could say that. You could say that.
Okay.
What system? Okay, okay. Since you brought this up, what system did you play your first video game
Uh, s- my first video game or
on?
Doom? My first Doom.
First video game.
Atari.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Mine was
Atari.
mine was
Before Atari in arcades, of course. Um, that's why I get annoyed when people lose. Like I play Call of Duty and people get so upset when they lose, or they go, "Ha ha, you lost." I'm like, I don't care. They're like, why not? I was like, it's not like back in the day where I got to put another quarter in here. It's free. So, but Atari was the first one, and then since we weren't, you know, rolling in the dough, I would always get a system when everybody had the new one. So I got an NES when everybody had a Super NES already. I got a
uh
Super NES when everybody moved on to PlayStation. I
the,
got a PlayStation when everybody had a PlayStation 2. And then I was an adult and I got my own shit. But before that,
right,
I
right. That
was
makes
always like a system behind. And then I hated my friend Ariel. Ariel, if you ever watch this video, I love you. But Ariel and Eddie, they had the playroom. They were Panamanian, and they had the playroom. And when you went in there, okay, we're talking 97. So when I say these games, we're not acting like they have it now. But when you
yeah.
went in their room, there was an NES, a Super NES, a Sega Genesis, a Sega CD, a PlayStation, um, Did they have a Dreamcast? No, Dreamcast wasn't out yet. They literally had every gaming system.
Yes, that is a geek's dream right there. I remember playing in N64 and playing Pokemon Stadium. And that wasn't my first game, but it's one of those
Mhm.
first, like, things that are, like, etched into my brain as far as video games go because Pokemon was such a big thing for me and, like, having it handheld, and then, like you said, the PlayStation came out. Now, I was fortunate because my grandparents were well off and they
Well,
could
here we
buy
go.
these. Say it again. Say it again.
Here we
Say it
go.
again.
That explains a lot.
I mean, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that. But again, hard work. Like they made me shovel pounds of dirt and crawl under 18 wheelers and drop drive shafts and stuff. So like I earned what I got from
You
them.
had to
That
drop.
is for sure.
You had to drop shafts. I mean, that's how you ended up how you are. I mean, that's
We'll drop a link for that in the below.
that's a side hustle. Can you count side hustles that aren't legal?
I say anything that is not on a W-2 is a side hustle. Because I mean,
I
think
mean,
about
but it's still a side hustle.
it.
It's not
It
like,
is. I I listen.
oh no, Sue. Sue says gaming is a big side hustle. Now, gaming is there's. I mean, that's a, if you're good at it. I mean, they're making more than.
That
Woof.
the urge to start like a Twitch stream, honestly, because I love like I have a library of video games that are
Mhm.
just a I know how to play them because I've played them a few times, so it'd be well worth the playthrough. But man alive, people can just be mean on some of those Twitches. You know, some people just be getting real mean. Oh, you didn't
Well, the
play this
kids are
right, or you didn't
worse.
choose the right
It's
class.
always funny. The kids are worse because it's always fun. They're like, "Oh my god, adults and the kids are playing video games and it's crazy." I'm like, the kids are the worst. Every time I get cursed out, it's usually a kid. Every time I get called the N word on a video game, it's usually a
It's
kid.
usually a kid.
It's always
It,
a
those
kid. They have.
Listen, those Call of Duty chat rooms with those 12-year-olds that
Mm.
think they are safe where they are, it's like, "Look, bruh,
This is
you
why it always kills me with adults because they're always like, "Protect the kids." I'm like, "Don't you remember being a kid? We had the foulest mouths, but of course, no one knew that because when you got around your parents and adults, you didn't do it, right? Now
buttoned
they
up,
do
right?"
it. But back when we did it, like I used to always laugh when I was a kid and somebody would say something. They'd be like, "Oh my God, don't say that around them." And I'm like, "Do you know what we say on the playground at school?"
For real. And that is the mind-boggling thing about becoming an adult, and we'll get back to
Mhm.
side hustles again in a moment because I wanna finish my Seek story. But becoming an adult, for some reason, people forget what they were like when they were kids.
Yeah,
So
we
when
become
they have
sanctimonious.
kids,
Uh,
they're like, oh, what are
so
these like
annoying. It's so annoying. I have a friend. She was so disgruntled that she found porn in her teenage son's room, and I'm like, "Are you, what? What?"
It's gonna happen. It's g the you we are
No,
kids
what's
are
funny
just small
is,
adults. That's
yeah,
all they are.
but what's funny, the kids are just like adults. There's some winners and there's a whole lot of losers. We just don't want to say it, right? But it's funny because I remember my uncle, and this is like early 2000. My uncle got so shocked because my nephew found his Playboy magazine, right? And my uncle's all freaking out, and my nephew's like, "This is what you guys got excited over? A nipple and a motorcycle ad?" And he just threw the magazine down. And my uncle's like, "What's his problem?" I'm like, "Do you know what he has access to? You think he cares about your nipple magazine?"
Exactly. And I'm like, "Bruh, like, you are so" I used to throw
I'm,
Taco
I'm
Bell
listen. I'm old enough to remember National Geographic was my jam. I used to throw Taco Bell, Taco Supremes at junior high schoolers during lunch. Now I cry about women's rights.
I can't. I
I
can't.
need to screenshot this.
You should. You do. That is great.
Oh my
Oh my god.
god, I love her. She's a national
So,
treasure. We need to keep her safe.
we will, don't you we do. Don't you worry, we do. But I first off, I have so many questions about this statement. What did the junior high schoolers do that you would
It
take
doesn't
perfectly
like
good
the rock,
Taco Bell soft taco supreme?
like the rock says. It doesn't matter.
And I see her too. I see Sue just taking
But
this.
what? But why Taco Bell soft? I mean, it would be assault if she hit him with a hard shell taco, right?
Right, right, because that could leave marks.
Yeah, that could leave
Yep.
marks. That could break off and get into somebody's eye. You
Soft
know,
shell taco, however, could just explode on impact and severely inconvenience someone and maybe give them a welt, but it would be gone in like a couple hours. So it's not like you get one of
I'm
the
sorry.
file assault charge.
I'm sorry. This keeps making me laugh. I used to throw Taco Bell soft taco supremes in high schools during lunch, and it's the now I cry about women's rights.
That's,
She's pro-choice, the choice to throw shit at people.
I mean, sometimes people need shit thrown at them. You know what I mean? Sometimes that gets them on the right path. And
Oh
it's
my
like
god.
you want mild, hot, or spicy.
I wish she would have did. I wish I was a kid. She did it to me because I would have caught it, and that would have been lunch.
it was it was a drive-by tacoing. I am.
Thank you, Roger, for doing that thing Big does, where you read the comment before I flash it in big screen. Thank you. I love it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I do what I
Asshole.
can. Capital A, baby.
Hey, speaking of circling back, one more wedding video. This is how you. This woman. I don't want to give it away. Just watch.
Lady interrupted my proposal because she thought there was no photographer. A random
So
lady
she not
interrupted
only
my proposal because she thought there was no photographer.
so she not only interrupts the wedding, but then once she gets fixed, she's photobombing.
Not
Why
only is
is
she
she taking
photobombing,
pictures? Why is she taking pictures of someone else's proposal?
I literally just said that too. It's like, why would you take pictures of somebody else's proposal? You don't know them. You were not hired to do that. I w- bet. No, that is wild. And it's
It's the
it's
hat for me.
sad, and she looks like so nonplussed.
Oh,
Just
and
like,
guess
oh, I'm
what?
just here.
Wait a minute. I think there's something we missed in the video because it didn't look like. Hold on, let me bring it back up. It didn't look like they were at that
A
place.
random lady interrupted my proposal because she thought there was no photographer.
She's got the Disneyland ears on. So was she in Disneyland?
So not only did you interject in my proposal, but you interjected in the place that I had to get the rights to do
Wait,
this.
I think that was because they miss them sometimes. I don't think that
True,
was a planned
true.
one because that doesn't look like a spot that they would give you to. That was like a random area.
They were probably they probably on the low was like
Timothy
whoop,
said that was her big
the
moment.
big
Which her? The fiance or the hat?
oh, hey Courtney.
Hey,
Hi. I didn't know you
Courtney
were here.
McCall is here. Oh, it's time to give out some free memberships. Let's see. The last two I gave were not assigned to anybody. That's weird.
What had happened was
So let's see. Let's see. When I'm assigning it and then people leave the live, it does not give it to
give it to
anybody. So let's see here. Should I give out a free membership? Let's see. Should I,
I think
Roger? Should I?
I
Should I?
think you should.
All right, then let's do it. Let's
I
do
think that'll be it.
it. Yeah, that was
Ah,
Disney. Oh wait, that was Disney Topiary Bushes, and she is the Disney expert.
I'm telling you, she would be like, you need a tour guide to go to Disney. Sue got you. Sue and Tim, they both got you. They both can do it. They'll both get you through Disney. Like they'll walk you through Mickey Mouse ears and all. They'll be like, this is where you need to go at this time. This is where you need to go at that time. They got you. Yeah,
Dang.
you.
Wait, is she at Disneyland or Disney World? Wait, does she work for them or she just knows?
Oh, she just knows. She just knows. Yeah, yeah, because they're Disney adults. Fun fact, I've never been to Disneyland, Disney World, Disney anything. I've
Wow.
only been to Florida once in my life, and it was this year for the first time I ever went.
Oh. Oh
Mhm.
no. Oh
Oh,
no.
no. Ah! Oh, and I had the beautiful pleasure of visiting Orlando. It was actually really nice. The hotel we stayed in was nice. I was there for a trade show, so it was work related, so I didn't get to do too much fun. I got to experience a senior frog, though, and I don't know if anyone's ever been to one. Wild. Wild. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. They, like, bring you, like they do, like, the hand grenade style drinks, like, in New Orleans, where it's, like, the
Mhm.
big, tall slushie with, like, a little plastic grenade full of more liquor, because that's what you need to put on top of an alcoholic slushie, is more liquor. Um, they do it that style, and oof, oof. I've never been to Disney. I can't, Six Flags, I can't do roller coasters. I got the vertigo. Can't do it. Can't do it. Congratulations to looks like we got a membership gift. Did you gift a membership, Keone? Is that what
Yeah, but they haven't been assigned yet. I don't know what it's doing. So we'll just keep it moving. Sometimes Roger's gone. He's got that Boost mobile internet. So sometimes he gets disconnected. I don't know where he went, but I guess I gotta keep going for him till he gets back on here. That Boost Mobile. I've never been to Disney or Epcot or even Six Flags. Courtney, wait, Courtney, where do you live? That's what we want to know. Where do you live, Courtney? Okay.
Oh, well, six I've been to Carowinds did water parks. Like, the water parks are fun. I just can't do the roller coasters and the vertigo. Like, my vertigo is like, no, no, no.
Yeah, I can't go
No.
upside. I can't go in a loop. I can't. I can't go in a loop.
I can't go in a loop, and I can't do a drop. Like,
No.
yeah, I've been on a plane and we've lost like 3,000 feet at one time, like dropped at altitude, and I passed out. Like, my eyes went in the back of my head and everything, like, whew, right there. Oh, do they not, San Antonio, do they not have Six Flags in Texas, Courtney?
Yeah. Right. They have a bump. Wait, they have different water parks in Texas, not just Six Flags.
That's another state I've only laid over in. I've never actually like visited Texas.
Did you say
So
laid over in or got laid in? I don't know which one you said.
laid over it. Little column A, little column B. It's fine. Uh,
Tomato, 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 tomato.
exactly,
In
exactly.
San Antonio, Texas, the only water she's been to is the Riverwalk, that dirty ass water. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Okay, okay, let's wrap this show up. Ladies and gentlemen,
No, wait a minute. Why are you wrapping up? We're moving.
well, we are
Just got
moving,
in the
but
we just got in the groove of things.
get your groove back
I
again.
I gotta. What is wrong? Something is definitely wrong with you and I.
Oh, there's nothing wrong. There's everything is. No, I was about to say everything is right in this world, and I was like, that is not a true statement. There is nothing true about that. There's absolutely nothing true about that statement. So, oh no, are you muted? Did you mute yourself, Keone?
I'm sorry. I used to be able to do what you say. I used to be able to do all sorts of roller coasters. Now I hurt my back. I can't with her. I can't.
Like, you bend down the wrong way to get the laundry out of the washer, and it's like, oh, you out for a
Okay.
few days.
We have Six Flags here. I've just never been. I've only ever been to SeaWorld. Wait, which SeaWorld? Is there a SeaWorld in Texas? I think there's a SeaWorld freaking everywhere, isn't there?
Fun fact: never been to a SeaWorld. The closest thing I've been to a SeaWorld was the aquarium in
Mhm.
Atlanta and Ripley's Believe It or Not aquarium in Myrtle Beach.
Hmm.
Hmm. The Dirty Myrtle. Dirty
Get
Myrtle.
dirty.
That used to be like the prime vacation spot for us folk when I lived in South Carolina. Like
Mhm.
that was like cream of the crop. We're going to Myrtle Beach and we are living high on the hog, as my grandfather would say. Mhm.
Living high on the hog.
Living high on the hog. Oh, Dirty Myrtle. Exactly, Bethany. Oh, Dirty Myrtle.
Not old dirty Myrtle.
Ah. Do you ever see that show Myrtle Manor? I think it was on TLC. I think it maybe TLC. It was during the really big
Whoa! I've only ever been out of state once too, and that was to go to North Carolina a couple weeks. Aww.
proud of you for doing that.
You've had a
I mean,
boring life. I doubt that. You just said what exciting thing you did a couple weeks ago. So you haven't had a boring life. And if anybody tells you have a boring life, do you know what you tell them?
Kiss my ass in front of Macy's at high noon.
That's what you tell 'em.
who's Italian auntie? Was that? Who's Brooklyn Italian auntie telling somebody off about not being able to get that jacket at Macy's?
No, it's what it's an old New York thing. That what you
Kiss my ass in front of Macy's at high noon.
After smoking her fifth Newport of the hour.
oh, I gotta before we go, hold on, before we go, I gotta show you the video that I got that from. Hold on. I gotta show
Please,
you.
please, because I want to see it now. Because high noon, that's wild.
I gotta find it. No, keep talking though. I gotta find it
Oh,
for you.
goodness. If I do, but to wrap this side hustle up, right? A side hustle, the reason why we do these side hustles is not only to put ourselves out there, it's not only to make a little extra buck, it is also to have a better quality of life. To do the things that you want to be able to do, you have to work towards those things. A side hustle can help you get there. Sometimes doing that side hustle is what you enjoy. And when you can make a career out of that, when you can do something you love and you are happy with it, you keep on keeping on. Do not give up on your side hustle. That is my takeaway. That is the
You're
final
going
word.
too fast.
Oh, okay. Let me word filler, word filler, word filler. But please, 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 please like and subscribe while Keone finds this little video here. And you follow, get the updates. You'll have my social media. You can follow me on Instagram. You
Found
can
it. This is the fastest I've ever found any freaking video. I'm not gonna download it because that takes too long. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna share. I'm gonna
your screen.
share it on YouTube. Yeah. Now I need to make it. This is the part where I get frustrated because since I didn't pre-put this in, you gotta crop and save it and all that
Okay.
crap. But no, I
Go.
just did it in a couple seconds. Look at me getting big. Here we go. There she is, my favorite person. Here we go.
You should fucking rot
Oh, we
in
can't hear
hell.
her. That makes me
You
sad.
bastard.
You can't hear?
No, we can't hear her, but we see her talking.
Wait, you
It,
can't hear? I'm sharing audio. What you mean you can't hear? Hold on.
I couldn't hear her. Bethany, Courtney, Sue, can y'all hear? Y'all hear her?
They didn't hear her?
I don't
Oh,
think they heard
hold on.
her.
I'm going to share it differently. Because I really want, only because I want you to see
You,
this crazy
you would
grandma.
have never been able to tell. I would have never been able to guess she was in a cop car.
You,
You would
uh,
have never. You would have
also share,
never.
it says share tab sound.
Oh, okay. So they could hear it. I just can't hear it.
Oh, dang it,
Yeah,
Roger. Now I got to do it again. Hold on. So,
it's all right. You know how to do it. Yeah. So they can't
yeah,
hear
there we
it.
go.
They
They
can hear it.
can,
I can't hear it. That's fine.
hold on. I'm just going to redo it because now, even though it's on the screen, I deleted it in the backstage. So, they wouldn't be able to see it anyway. So here we go. Let's do it again.
Fucking prick, are you happy? You should fucking rot in hell.
I know I can't
You
hear her,
bastard!
but this is
Sir,
so
can you
funny.
do me a favor and make a phone call for me?
When you get to the jail,
Oh, kiss my ass in front of Macy's at high noon.
I was like, when I saw that video the first time, I was like, what?
Oh god, that's so great. That is so great. I would have never ever would have pegged her being in a cop car. I think it's
Oh,
just
if you go watch that video, matter of fact, I'm gonna put the link to that video for the chat. So anybody, before you go to bed, if you want to see something funny, this whole arrest video of her is just foul. She's cursing out everybody, and then once she gets arrested, she's the biggest victim. And when she asks, "Can you make a phone?" First, she's been cursing these cops out for like 20 minutes, and then she wants a favor. So she's like, "Can you make a phone call for me when you get to the
please
jail?" Oh, kiss my
after
ass.
I've berated you and and told you you're a piece of shit.
So what I had Martin do was just take that sound bite because now it's my favorite sound bite, and I'm going to play it in different shows. Anytime somebody says something crazy to me, I'm going to say,
Kiss my ass in front of Macy's at high noon.
"There we go."
Oh,
Do
oh
this.
god.
I
That's
I can't wait to get to that age. You know, when you get old, you're
you
allowed
just
to
don't
just say
care.
things. You know,
And I'm a firm believer before we end this, I'm a firm believer that when you
I
get old and you do the things that when you are older and you do those things,
said doo doo.
it's it's because you wanted to do those things when you were younger, but now that you're older, you just don't care. Your patience and tolerance for it's a lot
I
less.
was gonna say that you don't give a bleep. Like you're like 80 years old. You're like you don't give a bleep at that point. And
And
everybody out
it's
there, I know Roger said it. Make sure you please like the video. It helps us a lot. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. And if you want to become a member, I know I gave out some free memberships today. That also helps the channel. It allows us to do some fun things. We want to go around the country and we want Robert. We want Roger to interview people. So we're going to have some fun. So if you want to become a member, members are going to have special privileges when our merchandising comes out. But also members have members only videos, which is videos made by the other shows. So if you're just watching the Roger Pack show and you don't know of the other shows on Keone Productions, you go to Keone Productions on YouTube, click on playlist. You can see Pretty Smart, Brilliant Swag, Crime Chronicles with Mark
they're
Jones, Live Off the Set.
fantastic.
They're all different types of shows. We do astrology and tarot with the mashups with Dwayne and Stacy. Mark does crime documentaries. Lisette's a motivational show, and if you like religious, she's very religious, and it's great. If you like political commentary, you can go and watch the conversation. So we got stuff on there for everybody. Thank you, Courtney, for liking and subscribing.
Yes, thank you, Courtney and Bethany. Yes, I do. Robert, I'm dead. You know why? I know why. I know
Oh
exactly.
man! So see, here we go with the inside secrets. Is this something you can tell me off air, and we're gonna rob the
Oh yeah,
audience?
yeah, yeah, yeah. This is something I can tell you off air. But everyone, thank you. Like, subscribe, support. We couldn't be here without you. We really appreciate you, and I hope y'all have a fantastic evening. I'll see y'all on the 28th. Right? Right? Yeah,
No, we're doing next week because the 28th is Thanksgiving.
that's right. That's right. Are we doing next week? Isn't something else on the 21st next week?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So
You doing
do you want to do it? You
you're
want
doing
to
a
do Wednesday?
Thanksgiving? You're doing a Thanksgiving special with me next?
We could. I would be totally down to do a Thanksgiving
Okay, let's
special.
do it.
Perfect. We'll see y'all Thanksgiving night for
I
some
might do it from your house.
ooh, a little in person. I got the area, I got the little area to do it in, so a little lounge. So we'll
Bitch,
see
I don't
y'all,
sit in the back anymore. This isn't the freaking 60s.
but we can move it forward.